Hello, I am Professor B. Prakash Rao, Coordinator, MCOM Department, Tunga College, Tirthahalli. This is my fifth video under the subject Managerial Communication. In this video, I am covering Employment Communication Part 3 and taking up the topic Curriculum Vitae. Curriculum Vitae or resume is normally sent for the job that is applied for along with the application. Now we shall see what is curriculum vitae. A CV or curriculum vitae is a marketing tool and maybe one of the most important documents you write in your professional life. It is the brief summary of your work history and education and indicates a particular career direction. It should demonstrate credibility and be interesting. Because your CV is like a personal advertisement, you should convince a potential employer that you are an outstanding candidate for the job and that you will contribute to the organization. While you may have all the requirements for a particular position, your CV is a failure if the employer does not find your CV is interesting and suits the job requirement. The first hurdle your CV has to pass, whether it ends up in the consider file or reject file, may take less than 30 seconds. Therefore, to prepare a successful CV, you need to know how to review, summarize, and present your experiences and achievements on one page. Unless you have considerable experience, you don't need 2 pages. Outline your achievements briefly and concisely. Your CV is your ticket to an interview that you can sell yourself. What is the difference between a curriculum vitae and a resume? Because sometimes candidates will confuse as to whether he should write curriculum vitae or a resume. We shall see the answer. The primary difference between a resume and a curriculum vitae are the length, what it is included and what each is used for. A curriculum vitae, a CV or curriculum vitae, which means course of life in Latin, is an in-depth document that can be laid out over 2 or more pages. It contains a high level of detail about your achievements. The CV covers your education as well as any other accomplishments like publications, awards, honors, etc. The CV has to be organized chronologically and should give an overview of an individual's full working career. A CV is static and doesn't change for different positions. The difference would be in the cover letter. That means for any job that you apply, you have a ready prepared CV that may be attached with the covering letter that you may apply for a particular job. That need not be changed. It is static. Resume, on the other hand, is a concise document typically not longer than 1 page. The goal of resume is to make an individual stand out from the competition. The job seeker should adopt the resume to every position they apply for. It is the applicant's interest to change the resume from one job application to another and to tailor it to the needs of the specific post. A resume doesn't have to be ordered chronologically. A resume, therefore, it is tailor-made and it will provide the summary of the what the candidate wants to tell to the prospective employer, unlike detailed aspects that is mentioned in a curriculum vitae. The differences, as stated, three major differences between CVs and resumes are the length, the purpose, and the layout. A resume is a brief summary of your skills and experience over 1 or 2 pages. A CV is more detailed and can stretch well beyond 2 pages. The resume will be tailored to each position, whereas the CV is stay as it is and any changes will be in the cover letter. A CV has a clear chronological order listing the whole career of the individual whereas a resume's information can be shuffled around to best suit the applicant. Thus, the main difference between a resume and a CV is that a CV is intended to be a full record of your career history, and a resume is a brief, targeted list of skills and achievements. That means, a resume can be explained as a document that is given to the prospective employer in summary form, and it can be tailor made according to the job for which he has applied. Whereas CV is a detailed document that is prepared by the candidate that can suit to any job as per the requirement. Let's revise. CV long covers your entire career, static. Resume short, no particular format rule, highly customizable. In Europe, the Middle East, Africa, or Asia, employers may expect to receive curriculum vitae. In United States, a curriculum vitae is used primarily when applying for academic education, scientific, or research positions. It is also applicable when applying for fellowships or grants. What your curriculum vitae should include? What are the contents? The personal data the candidate wants to give to the prospective employer. The only required information is your name, address, both permanent and current address, phone number, and email ID. That suffice. Career objective. A concise statement indicating your career goals is recommended if you have specific career desires. Summary of skills or professional expertise. A concise statement highlighting your strongest skills and areas of professional expertise, especially if you have a mix of experiences in your career history. Education. List the names of institutions you have attended with most recent list first. List the degree received plus your major area of study with specialization. Include special programs such as internship, etc. Work experience. Work experience may be listed preferably in reverse chronological order. That is, put your last job first. It should include title of position, name of organization, location or work, location of work, town or state, and dates of employment. Describe your work responsibilities with emphasis on specific skills and achievements. It need not be limited to paid employment. Fresher can also consider including non-paid work, volunteer work, part-time and temporary positions, internships, self-employment, etc. Publications. List those publications that relate directly to your career goal. Employers most interested in publications will be teaching and research organizations. Computer skills. It is advisable to provide information about your computer skills, which is utmost important for any type of employment. Languages. If you are fluent or conversant in several languages, list the languages you speak and write, or you may be fluent in Kannada, proficient in English, knowledgeable in the. It is better than read, write, speak format. Do not overrate your skills as you may be asked to demonstrate your language ability during an interview. Interests. One or two lines about your outside interests, hobbies, or travels can sometimes add interesting information to the interview and may spark conversation. You may add special skills or leadership experience in volunteer organizations. References. Employers may prefer references, so give 2 3 names with the titles, addresses, and telephone numbers. Ask people if they are willing to serve as references before you give their names to a potential employer. Make careful selection of references which are more appropriate to an employer. Curriculum vitae writing tips. The content. Run a spell check on your computer. Do a grammar review and proofread to check misspelled words and awkward phrases. Emphasize your recent work experience. In today's changing world, reviewers don't care what you were doing 15, 20 years ago. Try to highlight your strengths. Design how it should appear. These tips will make your resume or CV easier to read and go to employer's database. Use A4 size or 8.5 inch into 11-inch paper. Print on one side of the paper. Use a friendly font Arial or Times with the size of 11 to 12 points throughout. Use non-decorative typefaces. Avoid italics and underlined words. Do not use graphics or shading. Do not fold or staple your resume if you are applying for international university or career. If you must mail your resume, put it on a large envelope. Try to keep it either full one page or two page. Keep paragraphs brief, no more than 5 to 6 lines. If you have a long paragraph on your resume, break it up into several shorter ones. Eliminate every unnecessary word. If it is asked by the employer, put your resume or CV online or send it through conventional method. A resume or CV should be attached with a covering letter. The purpose of a covering letter is to introduce yourself to an employer and to state your interest in an organization or a particular position. A cover letter is an opportunity for you to highlight aspects of your background that are especially relevant to the potential employer. A cover letter should always accompany your resume or CV. A cover letter ha- will have a standard structure. Opening paragraph in which you explain the kind of job for which you are applying and what you would like to do. Give the reference of company notification, if any, for the application and why you selected this employer for an inquiry. Second paragraph contains your description of how your work experience and training is related to the job you are applying for. Remember, you mentioned that you have specific qualifications in the field or particular type of work. The third paragraph explains why you are interested in working for this organization and in the particular position. Say that your resume is enclosed. End with sincerely or suitable closing. Cover letter writing tips. Research the organization. Read annual reports, company brochures, and check the organization's website. If possible, contact inside people. Address your cover letter to the person responsible for hiring. You can call the human resource office or hiring contact and ask for hiring person's name. Avoid addressing a letter to Avoid addressing a letter to whom it may concern. Be sure the name is spelled correctly and the title is correct. A touch of formality is good too. Address the person as Mr. and you can use MS if the marital status is not known, Mrs., Miss, Doctor, or Professor. Consider the following while writing the cover letter. Write it in your own words so that it sounds like you, not like something out of a book. Employers are looking for knowledge, enthusiasm, and focus. Mention someone, if there is, who referred you to the organization. Express your professional accomplishments and skills. However, you should not simply restate points from your resume. So, covering letter should be different from your resume. Carefully proofread your cover letters for errors. Be brief. Cover letters are preferably 3 or 4 paragraphs that fit easily on one page. Communicate confidence and professionalism. The cover letter, like your CV, is marketing tool. It serves as an example of your writing skill and style. Some common cover letter mistakes. Thinking of it as a formality or something extra to attach to a CV. Trying to be unique. I am the top notch candidate you are looking for. Using gimmicks, literary phrase, flashy paper, or color type. Writing lengthy letters, more than one page. Not utilizing standard business form. Here it is a sample cover letter. See that the letter contains today's date. Write your name and mailing address with telephone number, email ID, etc. Write the addressee's name, professional title, organization name, mailing address. Start with Sir, dear Sir, Madam, MS, etc. Start your letter with a statement that establishes a connection with your reader or purpose of sending a CV or resume. Briefly say what job you are applying for. In the midsection of your letter, it should be one or two short paragraphs that makes relevant points about your qualifications. You should not summarize your resume, of course. Your last paragraph should initiate action by explaining what you will do next. For example, politely expressing your wish or receiving an interview call, or instigate the reader to contact you to set up an interview. Close by saying thank you. Sincerely yours, your handwritten signature, your name that should be typed, and close curriculum vitae or resume, as the case may be. This is the end of the video covering employment communication. Thank you for listening and watch for next videos under the subject managerial communication.